Dark mode broke instantly. Users saw white text on white backgrounds across 3 pages. The root cause: 14 hard-coded color values from AI-generated components that ignored our design tokens. Let's break down Generate Shadcn components with AI, how it works, and the exact mistake behind that failure. Shadcn UI is a collection of React components built on Radix UI primitives and styled with Tailwind CSS. Unlike traditional libraries, Shadcn uses CSS custom properties for theming, enabling seamless dark mode toggling. AI generators frequently ignore this and inject hard-coded colors. AI code generators like V0, Dev often produce components with hard-coded color values like BG white or text gray 900. These bypass the CSS variables that Shadcn relies on for theming. The result: components that look fine in light mode but become unreadable in dark mode. We use a two-tool workflow: V0, Dev for rapid generation and visual polish in design mode, then Cursor for structural adaptation to your project's tokens and hooks. The developer acts as the quality gate, reviewing every line before merge. This conceptual pipeline shows the stages from spec to merged component. Each stage has a specific tool and quality check. The developer writes the spec, V0, Dev generates the scaffold, Cursor adapts it, and the developer reviews. Phase 1 is generation with V0, Dev. A strong prompt includes the component name, props, variants, states, and explicit token requirements. After generation, use design mode to fix obvious visual issues before exporting. This is the prompt template we use for V0, Dev. It forces you to specify every detail up front, reducing post-generation rework by up to 60%. Phase 2 is cursor customization. Paste the V0, Dev output, provide context by referencing key files, then use cmd+k or agent mode to refactor. The cursor rules file enforces your design system automatically. These are the cursor commands we run in sequence. Each step targets a specific issue: token compliance, hook integration, type alignment, state handling, and server-client boundary. To scale to 50+ components, you need a specification system. Define every component in a structured spec before generation. This ensures consistency and allows parallel work on separate component groups. This is the component specification schema. Every component is defined here before generation begins. The spec includes props, variants, states, and whether it's a server or client component. Quality gates are non-negotiable checkpoints before any generated component is merged. They catch design token drift, accessibility gaps, type errors, and bundle size issues. This is the quality gate runner. It runs 4 checks: TypeScript strict mode, visual regression, accessibility audit, and hard-coded color audit. All must pass before merge. For version control, use 1 feature branch per logical component group, with 1 commit per component. This keeps PRs reviewable and allows bisecting if a regression is introduced. This shell script automates the workflow steps. It creates a feature branch, then guides you through generation, refactoring, validation, and commit. This is the same issue we highlighted at the start. Here's exactly why that happened. The AI-generated components use semantic Tailwind classes like BG primary, but also contained 14 instances of hard-coded colors like BG white and text gray 900. The components looked correct in light mode, which was the only mode tested during review. When users toggled dark mode, the hard-coded colors didn't change, causing white text on white backgrounds. AI-generated components used raw color classes like BG white and text gray 900 instead of semantic tokens, breaking dark mode. The fix replaced these with CSS variable-based tokens like BG primary and text foreground. The fix involved 3 steps. First, we added a custom EaseLint rule that flags any Tailwind class referencing a raw color value. Second, we ran a one-time sweep across the component directory and manually replaced all hard-coded colors with semantic design tokens like BG primary and text foreground. Third, we added dark mode rendering to the mandatory review checklist for all generated components. This is the exact mistake from the incident. The AI-generated BG white and text gray 900 instead of semantic tokens like BG background and text foreground. In dark mode, these hard-coded colors don't change, making the text invisible. This component has no loading, error, or empty states. If data is null or the API fails, the user sees nothing. Always specify all states in your prompt. Using any bypasses, TypeScript's type checking. If you pass a number where a string is expected, you get a runtime error. Always define proper interfaces. In Tailwind v4, semantic tokens are defined in the CSS file under at theme, not in Tailwind. Config TS. Ensure your prompts, audit scripts, and cursor rules reference the correct location, e.g., src/styles/globals, CSS, to avoid token drift. Add a custom ease lint rule to flag hard-coded Tailwind color classes, e.g., BG white, text gray 900, in Shadcn components. This automates the token compliance check and prevents dark mode breakage. React 19 passes ref as a standard prop, making forwardRef unnecessary. When generating Shadcn components with AI, instruct it to accept ref directly in the prop's interface to avoid deprecation warnings and simplify code. Use these commands to diagnose common issues. The color audit finds hard-coded colors, TypeScript check catches type errors, ACScore finds accessibility violations, and grep identifies heavy imports. Let's run through some common interview questions. How to design a system for automatic UI component generation? 3 layers: spec, generation, validation. What are risks of AI-generated code at scale? Design drift, accessibility gaps, type erosion, sprawl. How to handle version control for 50+ components? 1 branch per group, 1 commit per component. And a few frequently asked questions. Why does AI-generated Shadcn break dark mode? AI uses hard-coded colors instead of CSS variables. How do I fix hard-coded colors in generated components? Replace with semantic tokens like BG background. What is the most important quality gate? Hard-coded color audit to prevent dark mode failures. Let's recap the key takeaways. AI is a scaffolding tool, not a shipping tool. Start with a structured spec document. Use v0, dev for generation, cursor for adaptation. Quality gates are non-negotiable. Ready to go deeper? Up next, introduction to JavaScript, then variables in JavaScript, then data types in JavaScript, and operators in JavaScript. Find them all at TheCodeForge.io. Thanks for watching. The full article and code examples are covered in detail at TheCodeForge.io.